SportsLink is brought to you by Taco Bell. Live Boss.
Guam will be represented at the Asia Rugby Women's Sevens tournament held in Jakarta, Indonesia, with hopes of moving up in competition.
I think we have a lot of senior players, and we've brought in a lot of younger girls that have a lot of potential to bring to the team. So we're really excited about what we're about to do in Indonesia.
With the veteran is just to help these young girls get comfortable with playing at this level, but also to expand their knowledge of the rugby game, and also to get a little bit more national experience with other countries, and waking them up that this is the real level. This is where all the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears is all going to be put into work to pay off.
We started with a group of about 24 girls, and right now we are at 12 plus 1. So we had a little bit of drop off, but at this point, the girls that have stuck with it, they've been drastically improving. We've been training, ever since in the middle of high school season. So we've been training quite a bit. So we should be pretty fit by the time we get there.
We actually were supposed to go last year to Thailand, so we were already trying to do our preseason, so we've kind of extended that out to where we are now. The majority of the team's actually moms, so it really gives no other member of the team an excuse not to show up and not to put in the work, because we're all here. We have all our responsibilities, school, work, and all of that. So to actually put in the time and to work and to show up is just number one.
Especially at this level, no one is paid. So I mean, for them to show up in the mornings, do their workouts, come in the afternoons and train, especially when they have family at home. I think the idea is that they train to represent their livelihood and the people of Guam, and I think they've really took that to heart. They've bought into the system, and it's going to show when we play. A couple years ago, we finished second in this tournament, so I mean we have very high hopes for ourselves.
Congratulations to Anthony Big Tone Solis on winning 3 gold medals from the Barbell Brigade powerlifting competition held in Los Angeles, California. Big Tone finished with lifts of 600-pound squat, 430-pound bench, and 672-pound deadlift. Solis represented Guam in the 140 kg weight class and set the island's 308 drug-tested records. In mixed martial arts news, Brogan Walker will be stepping into the UFC cage in the finale of the Ultimate Fighter 30 to face Juliana Miller.
So what I've been preparing for is a real aggressive opponent. My opponent, Juliana Miller, likes to fight. She's a pressure fighter, so she likes to just move forward, throw punches. She's just a lot of pressure. Her strong suit is jiu-jitsu, so she pairs that pressure with like smothering. She'll try and grab you, try and drag you down, that kind of thing. Wrestling's not too strong, so we're kind of comfortable with the game plan that we've come up with to address the pressure. We're working a lot of timing and catching them coming in, and to address the takedowns and the possible, jiu-jitsu exchanges. I've been working wrestling, scrambles, all kinds of good stuff to just kind of stay on top and work the positional hierarchy.
You had the opportunity years ago to fight your way into the UFC, but the timing was off. Coming full circle and getting this opportunity, how does that feel, knowing that you made the right decision several years later to put yourself in a position where you are now?
Again, I got to come back to gratitude, because I'm just thankful that I had the right people around me to tell me to stop and look at the opportunities that I have. And, sometimes opportunities like that, they look so good that there's a lot of other things that don't get considered. And I have a lot of people around me that love me and care about me enough to really think about it and think about what my chances are, what my career is going to be like in the long run. And I'm just so grateful that everything has played out the way that it has. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like one of my strong suits, both in the house and now as a competitor in the UFC, is my experience and my maturity. My fight IQ is through the roof. I'm a teacher, but I'm such a student. I'm always studying film, always working on some, new things and new tactics, new everything.
How important is that for you to kind of making sure that you did put everything together. So when you do get the opportunity to showcase everything, you are going to be able to, handle yourself in that cage.
That's a good question. Thank you. I always feel good walking into a fight because of that preparation. I don't cut corners on purpose because when I do, it always sticks in the back of my mind. So if I had done any less training than I did, or any less of anything that needed to get done for my fight camp, if I had cut corners on my diet or my strength training or anything, it would be in the back of my mind moving into that fight, and that affects you. So I've got a good handle on making sure that not just all my eggs are, all my ducks are in a row, but also that like my head is straight and I'm not stressing about things that are out of my control. It's become such a well-oiled machine that it's like everything just falls into place. My teammates know what to do. My coaches know what to do. Lloyd knows what to do. He doesn't let me forget anything. And yeah, it's a science. There's a lot of science and math going on here.
Special Olympics Guam wrapped up playoffs for their softball program over the weekend. Over 60 athletes took to the field representing the Tigers, Speedy, Purple Dolphins, and Sharks, all taken to the diamond at the Guam Sports Complex Fields in Harmon. The organization had a big turnout of coaches coming out to help the athletes prepare for the games. After 9 weeks of practices, the season comes to an end with the championship game scheduled for Saturday at the sports complex.
This Saturday, August 6th, we're going to have our softball jamboree championship games. It's going to be at the Greg Calvo Field in Harmon. It's going to begin at 8:45 opening ceremonies. The championship game will be at 9:30, and we'll probably medal around 10:45. There will be lunch after that. We provide our athletes with foods with our gracious sponsorship from our sponsors. But just a little bit more, we're going to have a special guest. The governor herself is going to be there to be there for opening remarks.
The board of directors of Special Olympics have always believed that Special Olympics Guam is an island project. We had Ed Stanley from FHB who provided us with free physicals. We also had Dr. Rob from AMC and the AMC clinics, both the one in Upper Tumon and the one in Manila, that provided physicals. The key to making all this come together are the board of directors of Special Olympics, the parents of these athletes that take them every Saturday for 9 weeks to practice, our coaches, and more importantly, our athletes themselves.
Big shout out to Jarrett Coe, an incoming 8th grader at St. Anthony's School. Coe was selected as the All-Star MVP of the Phenom National Camp held in San Diego. Jarrett is the son of Gene Grappe and Eddie Coe. Boys basketball from the KFC Summer League over at the Guam Sports Complex in Harmon. Yellow Jackets Black picked up the win over Fire Chicken in the U18 division.
SportsLink is brought to you by Taco Bell. Live Moss.